Alright, new setup. Who dis? Let's check it out. I just want to make sure it's working. Cool. Yeah, hello YouTube world. Jetthro here. Another night dive. Yeah, my setup's a little different. Sometimes you gotta change the room up to just change it up, you know. Hang on one second. This might be a little too loud for me. Here we go. Just gonna do some background noise here. It's kind of some just a nice flowing river here. So, I wanted to dive into my brain a little bit, just kind of how I'm feeling mentally, physiologically, socially, emotionally. I've been sick the past week, and it's really given me a chance to like look back at what I've done so far, but also really feel and see where I'm at right now as well. So it's been really positive, even though it's been a tough week, tough 10 days. Overall, it's been really positive, but yeah, I want to dive into what this feeling of burnout has been for me and just kind of dissect it as much as I can to try and understand it more. But before I do that, I'm going to have a quick moment for myself of gratitude. I'm going to go into my mantra as well, and then I'll take a peek at what's going on up here. So for my moment of gratitude, you know, I always kind of do these things and they always feel awkward for me. But this one kind of doesn't. I've been sick. My wife has been really sick. She has bronchitis still, and like her cough has been pretty bad. And I've just been thinking like, man, before modern medicine, before penicillin, before things like that, geez, people would get this and they would just die. Like they literally would just die. And because I've been born in a world where I don't really see that anymore, I've taken that for granted, for sure. And so, man, the other day it was just hitting me so hard. I was just, you know, she was going through a coughing fit, but she'd gone to the doctor already and gotten some medicine. And I was just so grateful to have that, because I had comfort knowing that, okay, she's taking medicine that is really powerful. It'll help her through, and I know she'll be okay. Man, it was. I'm just grateful to it. Just really, really grateful to it, because it's huge. It's huge. So yeah, just really grateful to that. I'm gonna jump into my mantra. And you know, I know I know how difficult what I'm trying to do is. Maybe I don't know how difficult it is. I just know that it's hard and it's challenging. And I know that I have to keep pushing. I can't give up. I can't stop. Because these are things that I want to do for myself. and there are things that I want to do that I'm able to look back at my life and say I did that. But I know that it's hard. I know that it's difficult. And it's not just going to be handed to me. It's not just going to be given to me. I'm not going to wake up. It's not like the Matrix where you can just download Spanish into your brain. It's not like you can just download knowing karate. You can't just download being able to run a marathon or being able to run an ultra marathon or anything like that. You can't just download that into your brain. You have to earn it. So, yeah, just I know it's difficult, and I'm going to keep pushing. It feels good to get that out. I've been sitting in my head, just thinking about those kind of things. The last couple days, I think I haven't live streamed for about 3 days at this point. So, let me dive in. The burnout aspect, man. So what I was saying earlier. So like, I've been running pretty consistently, at least 5 times a week, probably 6 times a week at this point, for 3 months. And I've never really done that kind of thing before. I've been in, gym classes. I've played basketball. I played golf. I've done things like that, but not nearly as not even close to consistently as this. And when I was actually in karate in high school. And when I was in that, it was like twice a week, but maybe 3 times a week. But I was going because my dad was kind of making me go. I mean, I did enjoy going too, but there was never like a motivation of me wanting to be there. Like it's hard to explain. Like I didn't want to like be there more. Like in this sense of running, like I want to go out and run. Like every day I want to go out because I know how much it improves me. Just in the past, it just never was like that. It doesn't feel the same as it has. But in any case, I'm able to, because I got sick, I'm able to look back and say, man, I've been running for 3 straight months, and that's a lot. That's a lot, especially since I haven't done that. Man, I haven't exercised since before COVID. Like it's a lot on a body. Even like I'm kind of naturally somewhat fit. I'm, naturally my body just kind of just fits into the athletic mold almost. It feels cringy saying that, but I really, my body just is that way. And 3 months of just running still is hard. It takes a toll on the body and the mind. And so I think what I've been really feeling is, I've been talking about leveling up and, starting to push through and like, essentially increase my strength and conditioning as well as running and just kind of bring my workload up little bit by little bit here and there. But I think I need to include, I don't know, man. It's a balance. It definitely is a balance. And on one hand, I hear these stories of Michael Phelps swimming 365 days. Every single day he's in the water for like 5 or 6 years straight. On one hand, I hear that. But then on the other hand, everyone that I know is saying you got to have rest days. You got to rest more than anything. And Michael Phelps, I mean, I'm not trying to be Michael Phelps, but that kind of thing is really inspiring to me, and that kind of thing is really attractive to me, because I hear that and I'm like, man, I want to test myself. I want to see if I can do something like that. But on the other hand, I'm not even close to that level. Like, he probably took a lot of years of practice to get to that level. So I think the main takeaway is, yeah, I just need to rest more. And I can still do a lot of things. I just need to be organized more, or just be more conscious of what I'm doing with my time, and finding time to rest more. The burnout thing, man. Like, let's actually fully dive into what I'm feeling, though, because it feels like my mind, how do I describe this? It feels like my mind, there's so many questions that have come up, so many questioning, so many things that like just lots of what are you doing? Just lots of you're doing too much, just stop. Just lots of questions like that, but it feels like the questions are permeating into my body. The questioning is making me exhausted, if that makes any sense. It's I'll start to be I'll start to man, I should go on a run, and then the questions come in. It's no, you don't. You're still sick, you need to this or that, or the questions will just go why are you even running in the first place? And you're trying to learn Spanish. Are you sure you're even doing any of that? You're doing too much, man. Why are you even doing any of this? Realistically, just stretch, if anything. No, you know what? Why don't you just lay down? Because you've been sick, and you get 20 minutes right now, so you should just rest and just not do anything. And then that kind of questioning and logic, and whatever it is, that kind of questioning, literally will start to seep into my shoulders, and then seep into my back, and then I'll feel it in my legs, literally, and it'll be my legs are heavy right now. I don't. It's hard to lift them. It's hard to lift my feet because of how heavy the questioning is. And I don't I don't know if that's a thing, but that's what it really feels like. But the most important thing, though, is I know I've felt this before when I get just burnout in general, from things in my past. And this would be the point where I would absolutely quit whatever I'm doing. This for sure. I've definitely reached it. Because it would be a point where it'd be this is stupid. This is, why am I even doing this? Yeah. And then it would just be you know what? I don't need to be doing this. I've actually gotten what I need out of this. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I'm going to go try something else. That's what would happen in the past. But now that I've had this shift, it's no, now this is the moment. The next couple weeks, this is even the next couple days, this is where I need to push even harder and go even harder. Combine it with rest, obviously, but I still need to keep running. Today's a perfect example, because this point about 2 hours ago, I got 2 miles in. It's fuck, let's go. There's no, my mind is like, I just get out, just shut the mind off, shut that chattering mind down, tell it it's fine, I don't need it right now, and get out the door. Right? So yeah, that's kind of what's been filling my head the past couple of days. Yes, I've been sick, but like I feel like I've had this like feeling of just burn, and it hasn't even just been in my life. It's been in my running. It's been in like my life in general. And so that might even be like a deeper issue that I need to like look at and like dive into, because my work life has been real tough. My life has been real tough. But we genuinely have had a lot going on. You know, my wife has been sick. We have a nanny, and she's been sick, and her daughter's been sick, so she hasn't been able to like come watch our kid while we're working, which has made it really hard for us to work. But you still got to get shit done. Like, you can't not. So I just think, I do think obviously rest is important, and I'm going to start incorporating it more, but like my mindset, like my vision is to get to something like Michael Phelps, to where I'm running almost every day and I'm doing something for myself that's intense every single day. And I think it's going to take me a couple of years to get there, and that's fine. But just having that vision for me is something that I haven't really had fully in the past. I've just more so had ideas that have tended to fizzle out when I reach about this point right now. But yeah, I think overall I'm starting to trend upward. I'm starting to feel better. But it just more so feels good to know that I have the answers to these questions, essentially. Like, it feels good to like recognize what's happening in my brain while it's happening, and be able to sift it and calm it down. Because it really feels like, I know I've talked about this in previous streams, but it really feels like there's two parts to my brain. There's like the subconscious brain of mine that just keeps telling me that, like, it keeps asking those questions where it's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? This isn't helping you. It's too much work. It's blah, blah, blah. Like, that part of my brain is just constantly talking to me, but I'm aware of it now. Like I'm getting more and more and more aware of it, and becoming fully aware of what's happening in there. And without knowing that, I would have listened to those questions easily by this point. I would have absolutely listened to what it's saying, and just been, I would have quit. I would have tried something else. And then when that failed too, I would have been like, man, I can't seem to find anything that I like. I can't seem to, I can't seem to, I'm just a jack of all trades, I guess. I guess that's just who I am. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, so anyway, kind of feel like I'm rambling a little bit now, but the whole point of where I'm at right now is I feel good. Even though I'm in burnout, even though I am pretty cooked, I've still been finding a way to run. And I'm aware of my brain and what's going on, and so I'm able to push past a lot, and it feels good to just be aware of that. So that being said, sometimes you need to change things. Like the room. Sometimes you need to like physically do a shift for things to for you to change that mindset, cuz yeah, I think I changed the room around and it started to really help me be like, man, something's really up here. So but it feels good. It's a new journey. It's a new day. It's a new week. It's a new moment. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to end this here. If you guys have made it to this point, and you haven't already, go subscribe to our channel. Go check out what Ty's doing, because he's doing some pretty crazy shit. Like he is running a lot. He is preparing for this ultra marathon, and he's capturing all of his training. It's really in depth. It's really detailed. So if you're looking to do any kind of running like that, just running in general, check out his channel. I'm looking to move forward through this burnout and figure out my job work balance, life balance, so that I can start bringing my Spanish live streams back up. Because I really want to learn. I've been wanting to learn a language for 15 years, and I just haven't been able to crack it. But I'm going to be doing some more Spanish live streams coming up, as well as maybe some covers of songs, musical covers. Going to bring some of that back to life. Man, I just learned this John Denver song called Annie's Song. I just did my version of it, and man, it hit. So want to figure some of that out, but just keep an eye out for what we're doing in the future as time moves on, because Ty and I have been pretty committed to what we're trying to do. So just keep looking. But thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.